But yeah, you guys, this place is like, I'm in the bathroom, so it's like actually packed in there. But this place actually has like vegan empanadas and like a lot of really good food. It's all the way in Somerville. But we found it by chance one time. We weren't even trying to find it, but there's some really cool art in here, like that. So, I don't know. We find a ton of weird restaurants. There's like a Creole place around the corner here, like a mile down the road, and it's like wicked good for, you know, rice and beans. Hashtag Victoria. Quick gas stop, you guys. Today has been so brutally hot. It's like, I think the highest I saw in the car was 100. But the humidity up here in New England is just like some next level shit. Yeah, gas station stop. Oh man, he just went to the train station. But he was doing those like one wheel things, and he was just going super fast. It's crazy. I've never seen anyone do that before. Okay, you guys, so I finally found what the topic of this video is gonna be. It's gonna be about like all this like CBD bullshit and hemp and all this nonsense that they're just like pushing out there. I mean, I guess it's not bullshit, right? Because like I guess there is some science to it. There's something to do with it. But my whole thing with the whole weed thing and like them making, so like I live in Massachusetts and it's legal now, but they only have I think 2 shops open that you can buy pot and gummies and all that good stuff in it. Sorry, driving. But here's my thought, is like, I don't understand why we're making like weed legal, but then we're not addressing the whole concept of like using hemp, like making hemp oils for cars and like using it for clothing. You can kind of use hemp for anything. I mean, it's its own plant. It doesn't really like actually do anything to you. So it's this very like weird, trippy thing that happens. I'm not an expert. That's kind of why I'm like making a lot of ums. But to me, it just looks like bullshit. It just looks like they're giving us this weed for us to get stoned on, and not for it to really like benefit society. And the other thing too that like kind of makes me question the whole thing is like, why? Shit, I just lost my thought. But like, think of it like this, like, so when you bought weed back in the day, right? Like I used to sell it all the time in high school, and you used to have to like get it from a guy, and that guy got it from either a grow op nearby or it was mailed from somewhere where they had a operation, right? So my whole thing is like, now the man's in charge of the weed, right? Now like the system or like the government, because like this shit gets tested. I mean, it's like they're not just gonna let you grow something and then sell it to people. Like they're gonna test that it's got XYZ chemicals in it, that you're using fertilizer, that you're using pesticides, all this nonsense, which sort of, I feel like in a way takes away from what weed is supposed to be. It's just a plant out of the ground, so shouldn't it be as natural as possible? Like, why would we want to use pesticides? Why would we want to use any of these things? So I guess that's like my whole question about it, is like, why are they approaching the whole business of it this way? It seems very like sleight of hand, you know? Like they're not gonna give you the true benefit. They're just gonna get you high, and then you're gonna move forward with it, like, and then you're gonna forget that this has all these major benefits to society and life and whatever. And what made me think about this whole thing was like, so I was in this like health food store that we go to a lot, and they have an inordinate amount of like CBD and like hemp oils and fucking body mists that are like $80. Like all these weird things, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, why are we selling these things for like $100, a little tincture of CBD, when we could sell it for like $10 and just get rid of the pharmaceutical industry that's poisoning all of us, and then we could probably be even healthier than, I don't know, the whole thing just seems like they're hijacking it from a business standpoint and then just upselling everybody. And I get it, it's business, but it's 2019. I feel like we should be beyond that. And it's also really strange. Like I've been to one of those pot shops like once or twice. It's a very weird thing. Like, I mean, I don't really like smoke weed anymore. Like I haven't smoked weed in a while. At least like 5 months. Was the last time I burned one, but because I found that it sort of turns me into like the stereotypical lazy person that like just stays on the couch and is unmotivated. That's what it does to me, sort of, if I do it a lot. So I can't really do that and then be functioning and pay my bills and do what I gotta do. So like, I'm cool with it right now. I don't really want it or need it. But so me going to the shop was maybe like last year. I checked it out. And the thing that like kind of was really cringy to me in a way was like the people at the shop selling you the product, right? It's so strange. Like they market it so much as this like this health thing, or like how much benefits this has, or like the science behind all of this. And it's like, yeah, that some of that stuff's probably true, but at the end of the day, like, it's kind of bullshit. You're just smoking pot. Like, you're just smoking weed. Like, that's all that's happening. So, like, why try to sell it as this, like, something else? And here's another side note that I had with weed, that the conclusion I came to on, like, a spiritual note, is, like, when you do these things, like weed, psychedelics, etc., it, like, takes away your connectivity to the universe or God. Like, because it creates this like false illusion of you being connected, and it's not a real connection. It's not a genuine connection. It's like an illusion. So when you do this and you have these trippy thoughts, or you feel like you're connected to the universe, what I discovered is that like pretty much 99% of the time it's bullshit. And I mean, I've definitely benefited in some ways from having these experiences, but I wouldn't credit them to being like, I wouldn't worship them. Like, I wouldn't say that they're the answer, that they're giving me the answer. The answer is within me already. Sometimes these substances help me reach that, but far and few in between, quite frankly. So here's like the conspiracy theorist, like shout out to my boy Alex Jones, but like here's the conspiracy part of me that thinks this way, is like I sort of feel like, hold on, we got someone walking by the car, and I don't want to be loud, so hold on. I'll cut this part out, maybe. Depends on how long this person takes. I don't want to be talking about like, it's like 100 degrees, I got the windows down. I don't want to be talking about all this nonsense while, alright. So the conspiracy theorist in me, feels like the reason why they made pot legal, and the reason why like CBD and all this stuff's like booming and et cetera, is because they want to disconnect you from God. I mean, like, look at the two major drugs in America right now is like cigarettes, three major: cigarettes, coffee, and alcohol, right? And then you got the whole pharmaceutical world, and like all these things disconnect you from being self-aware. All these things disconnect you from being conscious with your own person, with your own self. So like it just makes me think, you know, maybe there's like something going on behind the mirror right now, behind the curtain. So I don't know, I wish I was a little more informed on this. I wish I like knew more what I was talking about, but I really don't. So I just feel like it's bullshit, and like especially since now that like I'm sort of at a place now where like I'm not smoking anymore, like I'm kind of done with that phase of my life. I'm seeing it for what it is, and it just seems like a scam. Like it just seems like a trick. Like you're getting trapped in your own mind. So that's my 2 cents on weed. Yeah, I'm not gonna end the video here, but I'll end it like in the next clip. Love you guys. Peace. Alright, you guys, I got this like pink little thing. I don't know what it is, but Victoria found it. Wicked cool. We got it by accident one time. And
guys, I'm so done. Like, so
this is for my vlog.
So this is the thing. You guys know I had a really hard time with coffee back in the day. Oh, we could have thrown the trash in there. I had a really hard time with coffee back in the day. Like I was very addicted to it. And now I had this drink by mistake. So that day I literally ordered a venti and I had my whole thing. Then I'm shaking and then I look it up. Obviously coffee, because since I don't have it now, it's like a really boost for me.
Yeah.
So now I needed another pick-me-up because Jared has me I taught 2 yoga classes and had a bunch of Mexican food. So obviously I'm almost about to fall asleep. Yeah. And then here we are, back in the grind.
Yeah, alright. Alright you guys, this is the end of the video. It's the end of the video. I love you all. Subscribe, like, share. Do everything you gotta do. See ya.